Imagine starting your day with just 30 minutes dedicated entirely to your English learning. 30 minutes may sound short, almost insignificant, especially when you compare it to the hours some people spend trying to master a language. But let me tell you something. 30 focused, intentional minutes, when used wisely every single day, can transform your English in ways you never imagined. You don't need long, exhausting study marathons. You don't need fancy courses, expensive books, or perfect grammar to begin. All you need is commitment, structure, and the courage to start, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. The 30-minute trick is not about rushing or cramming. It's about consistency, quality, and creating a small, sustainable habit that compounds over time. Start by choosing the same time each day. The human mind loves routine. If you attach your English practice to a specific moment, like the first 30 minutes after waking up or right after lunch, your brain begins to expect it, and gradually it becomes part of your daily rhythm. Don't underestimate the power of routine. When you are consistent, something amazing happens. Your mind begins to organize itself around this small, deliberate act of learning. You might feel frustrated initially. You might feel you aren't improving fast enough, but that is part of the process. Growth, especially in language learning, often feels invisible at first. Your progress is happening beneath the surface, quietly, slowly, and steadily. When you start your 30-minute session, the key is focus. Turn off your phone notifications, step away from distractions, and give yourself permission to be fully present. Many learners make the mistake of multitasking while studying. They open their English app but scroll through social media at the same time. This kills learning. 30 minutes of complete undivided attention is far more effective than 3 hours of distracted practice. Treat these 30 minutes as sacred. Tell yourself, this time belongs to me, and I will invest it in my future. Your mind respects commitment, and the more you honor this time, the faster your skills will grow. Now let's talk about what to do in these 30 minutes. It's not about overloading yourself with vocabulary lists or grammar rules. That approach leads to overwhelm and discouragement. Instead, divide your 30 minutes into 3 focused segments. Spend the first 10 minutes on listening. Listen to English in the form that excites you. Songs, podcasts, audiobooks, or even short YouTube clips. Listen actively. Don't just let the sounds wash over you. Try to catch words, phrases, and intonation. If a sentence excites you, pause and repeat it aloud. Mimic the speaker's tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. When you imitate native speakers, you are not just learning words, you are absorbing culture, emotion, and context. Listening is your gateway to understanding the living language, and it is the foundation of fluency. The next 10 minutes should be dedicated to speaking. This is where many learners falter because they are afraid of making mistakes. Let me remind you, mistakes are not failures, they are proof that you are learning. Speak aloud in English about your day, your dreams, your opinions, or even random thoughts. You can use a mirror if you feel shy, or record your voice and play it back to notice improvements. Try to think in English during these 10 minutes instead of translating from your native language. This may feel strange at first, even uncomfortable. But it is the bridge between knowing words and using them naturally. Remember, fluency comes from speaking, not from silently memorizing. The final 10 minutes should focus on reading and writing. Read something that genuinely interests you. News articles, short stories, blogs, or even social media posts in English. Don't just read passively. Underline new words and expressions and try to guess their meaning from context before checking the dictionary. After reading, spend a few minutes writing. Summarize what you read, write a short diary entry, or jot down sentences using new words. Writing helps your brain organize thoughts in English and reinforces your learning from listening and speaking. By the end of 30 minutes, you've listened, spoken, read, and written. You've engaged all aspects of language learning without feeling overwhelmed. Consistency is more important than intensity. Even if you can only spare 30 minutes, make it daily. Missing one day is okay, but missing several days in a row creates gaps in your momentum. Think of learning English as planting a seed. You water it every day and slowly, leaves and roots begin to grow. You won't see flowers overnight, but over months, that small seed grows into a strong, flourishing tree. Remember, 30 minutes today, 30 minutes tomorrow, and 30 minutes every day after that will compound into thousands of hours over a year, and the transformation will amaze you. You may wonder, what if I get bored or feel I'm not improving? That is natural. Progress in language learning is often invisible, and boredom is your mind's way of testing commitment. The trick here is to make your 30 minutes engaging. Rotate your activities. One day focus more on listening to music. Another day read a short story. Another day record yourself speaking. Variety keeps your brain excited and prevents stagnation. Also, celebrate small victories. Did you understand a song lyric today? Did you pronounce a word correctly? Did you write a sentence without help? Each small success is a milestone. Acknowledge it and let it motivate you to continue. Let's address the fear of speaking with others. Many learners hesitate because they feel they might sound foolish. Here's the truth. No one is judging you as harshly as you judge yourself. Most people admire effort and courage. Start speaking with supportive friends, online language partners, or even in virtual English communities. The 30-minute trick prepares you for this real-world practice. When you have developed listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills through daily sessions, you will feel more confident interacting with others. Confidence is not built overnight. It is built through repeated action, small steps, and perseverance. Another important part of this 30-minute routine is reflection. Spend the last few minutes of each week reviewing what you learned. Which new words stuck? Which sentences were challenging? Which pronunciation improved? Reflection allows your brain to consolidate learning and identify areas for growth. Without reflection, you may study consistently but fail to notice progress, which can lead to discouragement. Reflection also strengthens memory, which is essential in language learning. Your brain learns best when it connects new knowledge to existing knowledge, and reviewing creates these connections. The 30-minute trick also works because it trains your mind to focus and build discipline. Many people struggle with language learning not because it's difficult, but because they lack consistency. 30 minutes is manageable. It feels doable, even on busy days. When you build the habit of 30 minutes, you are training your mind to value daily practice. Gradually, you can extend these sessions to 45 or 60 minutes, but even if you never go beyond 30 minutes, you will still see tremendous improvement as long as you are consistent. Discipline is the silent key that turns small daily actions into extraordinary results. Incorporate tools that make learning easier. Use language apps for vocabulary, speech recognition for pronunciation, and online dictionaries for context. Watch videos with subtitles in English, not your native language. Pause, rewind, and repeat sentences until you feel comfortable. Use sticky notes to label objects in your room in English. Speak to yourself in English during daily tasks. These small practical habits complement your 30-minute focused session. They are the extra droplets of effort that make a big ocean of fluency over time. I want to remind you that learning a language is a journey, not a destination. Do not rush. Do not compare yourself to others. Everyone progresses at their own pace. Some days you will feel like you're flying, other days like you're standing still. That's okay. The most important thing is not to quit. 30 minutes a day is your anchor in the storm, your steady rhythm that keeps you moving forward. Even when you feel tired, even when progress seems slow, showing up matters more than anything. Your persistence will eventually pay off and fluency will follow. Visualization is another powerful tool. Imagine yourself speaking English confidently in real situations. Picture yourself ordering food, asking for directions, or giving a presentation in English. Feel the emotions of success, the pride, the joy, and the sense of achievement. Your brain responds to imagination as if it were reality. When you visualize daily, your brain prepares itself for real-life situations, making your 30 minutes even more impactful. You're not just practicing words, you are training your mind and building self-belief. Lastly, remember to enjoy the process. Language learning is not a punishment, it's a gift. Every new word, every sentence you can understand, every conversation you manage to have is a victory. Celebrate it, smile at your progress, encourage yourself, speak kindly to yourself. Your mindset is as important as your study routine. 30 minutes of joyful, intentional learning is worth more than hours of stressed, pressured study. Learning English can be fun, empowering, and life-changing if you approach it with patience, courage, and consistency. So let today be the day you start the 30-minute trick. Decide on your time, commit, focus, and follow the simple plan. 10 minutes listening, 10 minutes speaking, 10 minutes reading and writing. Make it a daily habit. Track your progress, reflect and celebrate small wins. Over weeks and months, you will see a remarkable transformation. Your confidence will rise, your understanding will deepen, your ability to express yourself will grow. 30 minutes a day may seem small, but small, consistent steps create huge results. This is your moment to take action. Your journey to fluent, confident English begins here. And all it requires is 30 minutes, courage, and consistency. Now that you've committed to the 30-minute trick, it's time to think about mindset. Many learners believe that talent or intelligence determines success in English, but that is a myth. Learning a language is less about being smart and more about being disciplined, consistent, and courageous. Every expert you admire started where you are now. Uncertain, hesitant, sometimes afraid to speak, sometimes frustrated by mistakes. The difference between them and others is simple. They showed up every day, even when they didn't feel like it. They trusted the process, and you can do the same. Think of your 30 minutes as a gym session for your brain. Just as a body needs regular exercise to grow stronger, your mind needs daily workouts to absorb and process a new language. At first, your brain may resist. It may feel tired or distracted or impatient. That's normal. Change rarely feels comfortable, but the muscles of language, the vocabulary, the pronunciation, the ability to think in English are built by repeated effort. Every day you sit for those 30 minutes, your brain grows stronger, more agile, more confident, and soon the effort that once felt heavy becomes effortless. A powerful tip during your 30-minute sessions is to focus on active engagement. Don't just passively read or listen. Ask questions. Predict what will come next in a story. Repeat sentences aloud. Use new words in your own sentences. This keeps your mind alert and turns learning from a passive activity into an interactive one. Imagine your 30 minutes as a conversation with English itself. Ask questions, respond, and engage. Language is alive, and when you interact with it this way, it begins to feel natural, familiar, and even fun. Let's also talk about mistakes, because they are your friends, not your enemies. Every time you mispronounce a word, every time you forget a grammar rule, every time you hesitate, your brain is learning. Mistakes are evidence that you are pushing boundaries, stepping out of your comfort zone and growing. Celebrate them, write them down. Notice patterns. Then, the next day, try again. Each small correction becomes a stepping stone. One day, you will look back and realize that what once seemed impossible, speaking confidently, understanding fast English, expressing complex ideas, has become normal. This is the quiet magic of daily 30-minute practice. Another thing to remember is immersion. The 30 minutes you spend deliberately practicing is your anchor, but your surrounding environment can reinforce or weaken your progress. Try to immerse yourself in English beyond these 30 minutes. Change your phone or social media settings to English. Label objects around your home. Speak in English while doing routine tasks like cooking, cleaning, or commuting. Listen to English music while exercising. Read English captions or news in small doses throughout the day. These small habits, combined with your 30-minute session, accelerate learning faster than you imagine. It is also essential to connect learning with purpose. Ask yourself, why do you want to learn English? Is it for career growth, travel, social connections, or personal confidence? When your practice is tied to a purpose, it transforms from a task into a mission. Your motivation shifts from temporary enthusiasm to a deeper commitment. You will push through moments of frustration because you know why you started. Write down your reason and keep it near you during your 30-minute sessions. Let it remind you why you are investing in yourself, why every minute matters, and why giving up is not an option. Let me share a secret that many learners overlook. Consistency is more valuable than perfection. Some days, your 30 minutes will be perfect. You'll speak fluently, understand everything you read, and remember new words effortlessly. Other days, your mind will wander, your pronunciation will falter, or you may feel demotivated. That's okay. The key is not to wait for the perfect day to practice. Show up anyway. The act of consistency builds resilience, confidence, and long-term mastery. Over time, even imperfect practice compounds into fluency, while waiting for perfect conditions leads to stagnation. You can also enhance your 30-minute routine by tracking progress. Keep a notebook, a voice recording folder, or a digital journal. Note new words learned, sentences practiced, and topics spoken about. Record yourself at the start of each week and listen at the end. The progress may be subtle at first, but when you look back after a month or two, the improvement will amaze you. Tracking not only shows growth, but also motivates you to keep going. Seeing tangible results, even small ones, creates momentum, which is essential for long-term success. Let's explore some practical strategies to make these 30 minutes powerful and varied. For listening, try to use content that interests you deeply. If you love cooking, listen to English cooking videos or podcasts. If you enjoy sports, follow English commentary or discussions. Your brain absorbs better when the content excites you. For speaking, challenge yourself with daily prompts. Describe your morning routine. Explain a hobby. Share your opinion on a news topic. Use new vocabulary and expressions you learned. Don't worry about perfection. Focus on expression, clarity, and confidence. For reading, choose short, engaging materials rather than overwhelming books. Articles, blog posts, or short stories are ideal. For writing, keep it simple. A diary entry, a summary of what you read, or a few sentences using new words. Now imagine the power of combining the 30-minute trick with peer support. Join online English groups or find a study partner. When you share your progress, speak with others, or participate in discussion groups, you create accountability. You also expose yourself to different accents, speaking styles, and ideas, which enriches your learning. Learning alone can be powerful, but connecting with others accelerates growth and keeps motivation high. I want you to picture this journey not as a struggle, but as a story, your story. Every 30-minute session is a chapter in that story. At first, the chapters may seem short, simple, and uneventful, but as you continue, the story thickens. Words turn into sentences, sentences turn into paragraphs, and paragraphs turn into confident communication. You may not notice it daily, but one day, you will speak English naturally, fluently, and confidently, and you'll realize it all started with just 30 minutes a day. Consistency, focus, immersion, purpose, reflection, and celebration. These are the pillars of the 30-minute trick. Build them into your routine and nothing can stop you. This method does not require magic, talent, or long hours. It requires courage, discipline, and belief in yourself. Start small, stay consistent, embrace mistakes, and trust the process. Every minute you invest compounds into mastery, and every small step brings you closer to your goal. Finally, remember that learning English is not just about language, it's about empowerment. Every new word you learn is a tool to express yourself, share your ideas, and connect with the world. Every sentence you speak is proof of your courage. Every story you read and write is evidence of your growth. 30 minutes a day may seem small, but it builds confidence, opens doors, and transforms your life. Language is a bridge, and with this simple daily trick, you are building that bridge, one stone at a time. So take a deep breath, set your timer for 30 minutes, and begin today. Listen, speak, read, write, reflect, celebrate, and repeat. Let your small, consistent action create extraordinary results. 30 minutes today, 30 minutes tomorrow, and before you know it, you will have built fluency, confidence, and the ability to express yourself in ways that once seemed impossible. This is your journey, your 30 minutes, your commitment, your transformation.